Okay, we're gonna discuss this type of deck. It's a Dark Magician Gold deck, a spellcaster, and it is really good for casual. It's not very competitive, but it's pretty good, nonetheless. In casuals, it's pretty good. At least I think so. Okay, let me see if I can focus. To start off, 2 Dark Magician Girl. 3 is too many. They tend to stack up in the hand if you don't have a spellcaster on the field to use Dimension, and they're actually better off in the deck or the graveyard. Okay. 1 Gorz Emissary of Darkness. This deck does not have Village or any field cards, so Gorz is okay to run in this deck. 2 Ice Queen. They work really good with Magical Dimension. That's probably the only way that you'll ever get them out, though. 3 Magical Exemplar. This card is amazing in spellcaster decks. Really good for getting synchros, getting counters, getting stuff back in the graveyard. Works with End Sorcerer. It's just overall really good spellcaster card. Two Breaker. Magic Trap removal. Again, the Breaker is just pretty good. At 1, he's good. I just run 2. 1 Kycoo, tech card, really good spellcaster, 1800 Dark, 4-star. Your opponent can't remove from play cards in the graveyard, stops Dark Arm Dragon effects and stuff like that. 1 Lyla, Lightsworn, good spellcaster, light, milling, 1700 is pretty good. 1 Gravekeeper's Guard is good to bounce stuff back to their hand. Good against Goyo, good against synchro monsters, Stardust. It just bounces a lot of stuff. It's 1900 defense. I like this over Spy. It's more aggressive to your opponent. 1 Summoner Monk, help bring out level 4s. 1 Ingestion Fairy Lily. This card is used for OTK. If you can get it out with Magician's Circle from your hand, attack for game, pay 2,000 life points, but I gotta be careful with it though. 1 Flamvell Magician, 4-star tuner. Helps you get out level 8s like Stardust or what have you, Red Dragon Arc Fiend or something. 1 End Sorcerer. This is extremely easy to get Tempest Magician. In fact, this thing, End Sorcerer with Exemplar actually was meant to create this monster. Two Krebons. We're running E-Teleport in this deck for a quick synchro. Kind of slows your opponent, he annoys your opponent, he's dark, he's pretty good stats. Yeah. And then Gale. Gale is just amazing. Gale is crazy in this format. Gale, dark, 3-star tuner, broken effect, really good. And then the last monsters are 1 Apprentice Magician to help get End Sorcerer and Vindictive Magician. Okay, spell cards. 2 Magical Dimension. It's used to get out Ice Queen, DMG, any spellcaster. If you need to run over your opponent's bigger monsters, you can destroy them with this thing at the cost of 1 of your monsters. The only requirement is you have to have a spellcaster, and you do not have to tribute that spellcaster. You can tribute a non-spellcaster monster, or that spellcaster if that's the only one on the field. Okay, 2 Burden of the Mighty is good in this deck because it messes with monarchs. It weakens a lot of stuff. so that your weaker spellcasters like Magical Exemplar and DMG, they can run over stuff, lots of stuff with this. Well, Mind Control, we're definitely running Mind Control in this deck because we have so many tuners. There's a lot of tuners in this deck. There's End Sorcerer, there's 2 Krebons, there's Gale, there's Flamvell. One Trunade, it kind of replaced Heavy Storm. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of this card in this format. MST, one Dark Hole, that's a staple for this format now that it's back. Everyone's going to be running Dark Hole. It's been gone for a long time. I don't know why it's back, but it is. So you're going to get used to seeing a lot of this. One E-Teleport for Krebon, for fast synchro. Monster Reborn, staple. Swords of Radiant Light, staple. 2 Book of Moon, mess with your opponent, messes up a whole bunch of synchro monsters, messes up Stardust Dragon, and a whole bunch of stuff. Well, my body, help protect stuff. Okay, traps, Torrential Tribute, staple. And let's see here. 2 Magician Circles to get out DMG, or End Sorcerer, or even Flamvell Magician works with this. Yeah, lots of spellcasters in the deck, so you can get a lot of stuff out with this. And it also forces your opponent to pull out like a breaker, or something that they may not want to pull from their deck. And if they don't have a spellcaster, you can actually look through their deck to confirm that, so this card can actually help you learn what your opponent is running. And then finally, Call Haunted, staple. Alright.